This weekend, we're heading to the Lone Star State. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm NASCAR Nick, and today we're going to go over some Texas-sized predictions and my new predictions for the Championship 4 in Homestead, Miami. Let's get to it. Alright, so just like we did last week, I'm going to go for my top 5 picks for Texas, 5th through 1st. Let's do it. Alright, so coming up in 5th place, I have Matt Kenseth. Now, this might be a surprise to some of you, as Matt Kenseth hasn't been doing very well recently. He's probably going to be out of a job after this year, and he's probably going to be out of a job entirely, meaning retirement, which is pretty sad because I think Matt Kenseth is a great guy, and he's definitely a great race car driver, our 2003 champion. I think he deserves better than that. But I think he's going to get back on track this weekend. He's been fast all year, especially at the mile and a halfs. He was running top 3 and 5 all day at Charlotte, and I think he is going to be able to get a solid top 5 finish at Texas. He's won at Texas before, I think. He's been in a really good battle with Jimmy Johnson there back in 2007, almost won at that time too. So Matt Kenseth is going to be my pick for a 5th place finish at Texas. Alright, so moving on to 4th place, I have Kyle Larson finishing 4th. Now this might be a surprise as well since he hasn't run that great recently. He's had a few hiccups here and there, but I think Kyle Larson is going to be able to get back on track this weekend, just like I said with Matt Kenseth, and be able to get a 4th place finish. I think he's been really fast all year. I see that continuing at Texas. Obviously Talladega wasn't great for him, and then he had his problems in Kansas, and of course crashed out again in Martinsville 2 weeks in a row. Pretty bad luck, but I think he's going to turn that around this weekend. He's going to have a fast car when he unloads as he always does, and I would look for him to be in the top 5, coming in 4th place. Alright, so we've done 5th and 4th. Now it's time for my 3rd place prediction, and that's right, I'm going to go with the one and only Martin Truex Jr. Yeah, I don't think he's going to win this mile and a half. Honestly, I hope he doesn't because it's been really boring seeing him win all the mile and a halves. I hated he broke Carl Edwards' record from 2008 because I thought 2008 was a great year for Edwards. And I think Martin Truex Jr. comes up just a bit short this week. The guys in front of him are a little hungrier than he is, I believe, and I think they're going to race their hearts out, and they're going to be able to beat him. I don't know how they're going to be able to do it. I don't think it's going to be pit strategy. I think it's going to have to take some raw speed and some raw driving skill from the next 2 guys to be able to overcome Martin Truex Jr., but they've shown the consistency, they've definitely shown the speed, and they definitely have the driver skill to get it done. So I have Martin Truex Jr. finishing 3rd this weekend. Alright, so this countdown brings us to our 2nd place finisher this weekend. I predicted him to finish 5th last week, and I was right, so that was pretty awesome. But 2nd place for me this weekend is going to be Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick finished 3rd at Chicagoland. He had a rougher day at Kansas, finishing 8th, but he ran top 5 all day. I think he's going to be fast again on this Texas-sized mile and a half track, and I think he's going to show his consistency, show his skill, and show that his team really is a Championship 4 contender, and they'll be able to come out with a runner-up finish from the Lone Star State. Alright, so this brings us to our 1st place finisher, our winner in Texas. Now, you guys might want to debate this. Obviously, all these positions are up for debate, but this is who I think has really shown the speed, has the determination, now has the aggression to act on that determination and really fight his way to the front and stay there, and that is going to be Chase Elliott. I think Chase Elliott battles back from his terrible Martinsville result because of frickin' Denny Hamlin putting the bumper to him and wrecking him on one of the few laps left of the race. I think that was complete BS, by the way, if you haven't seen my other video. But anyway, I think Chase Elliott's hungrier than anybody right now for a win, especially his first win. He should have had it at Dover. He should have had it at Martinsville. Hasn't come up yet. He runs well at Texas in mile and a half. Like I said, he's got a ton of speed this year, and especially in the playoffs right now. He's the fastest Hendrick car. And at times he's been as fast or faster than Truex Jr., who's been the car to beat all year. So I think Chase Elliott goes into Texas with a big fury, and he's got a lot of momentum on his side. Coming from last week, he's got a lot of built-up frustration that he's going to take out on the track and on the other drivers. and maybe even Hamlin if he ever sees him. I don't know, but that would be cool to see if they ever if they're racing around each other on Sunday. I'd like to see something there, but yeah, I believe Elliott will win at Texas. All right, so as a recap, we have Matt Kenseth finishing 5th, Kyle Larson finishing 4th, Martin Truex Jr. finishing 3rd, Kevin Harvick finishing 2nd, and Chase Elliott winning his first career win ever at Texas this weekend. Now it's time for my renewed Final Four predictions. Let's get into it. Okay, so obviously I have Kyle Busch in the Final Four. He just won Martinsville. He's locked in, so he's a no-brainer at number 1 right now. Second, of course, is Martin Truex Jr. I think he's going to make it. He's up 65, I think maybe even more points. And he's pretty much a lock as long as he doesn't totally screw up the next 2 races. He'd have to crash and finish 35th or worse to not be able to make it to Homestead just on points. So I think he's definitely a lock at this point. Right now, Brad Keselowski is 3rd, and he's up about 25 points. So he has a really, really big cushion. But honestly, I don't think that's going to be good enough. They didn't win Martinsville, of course, so they didn't lock themselves in. They really don't have top 10 speed at mile-and-a-half tracks. They're around about 10th, anywhere from 10th to 15th, more about 12th. And that's definitely not going to win them a championship. Even if they do make it to Homestead, it's not going to be good enough. So I see them actually falling below the cut line. And I see who's taking their place as Kevin Harvick. I think Harvick right now is just a few points above the cut line, and I think he definitely has shown the speed, shown the consistency, and of course Kevin Harvick's a great driver. I think that team can do it. And then of course, with my pick for the win this week in Chase Elliott, that win will lock him into the Championship 4. His first career win ever locks him into the Championship 4, so that brings up my total Championship 4 to Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, number 3, and Chase Elliott sliding in there as the 4th and final driver who will compete for the crown in Homestead, Miami. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.